Shalom, shalom, shalom. Ooh, it's loud, ridiculously loud. Shalom, and first and foremost, I'm going to say call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, giving all love and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. In the name of Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the HaMashiach, the light of this world. No, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the great Ali Shai of Israel, the great I am, the possessor of heaven and earth and of the spirits of heaven and earth. Also giving much love to Yahweh Shai, the Adonai, the HaMashiach, the light of this world, the one who died for Israel and rose to sit to become your father's royal right arm, my Redeemer, my Comforter, and my salvation. And I only want to plead his blood over Israel, the only nation, granted for a salvation. Much love to the prophets and the ones that teach and push the word, my teachers, the ones that I follow. And much love to them that do it to the best of their abilities. Not only to get us to go back to the truth, but to prepare us for these strange and wondrous times that are ahead of us now more than ever, so shout out to them, much love to them, and much love to the Akim, and much love to the Akim, the brothers that may not be a part of a camp, but still do it, much love to you guys for putting out your time and pushing the word for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in any way that you can. Much love to the Akwak, the women that did convert, are on the verge of converting. Much love. It's not too many of y'all women out there that's doing that. So shalom to those beautiful women. Shalom to Israel. Shalom to all the people that believe. Much love to you guys. And coming back at you with another episode through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And going through some changes right now. Relocation and things like that. So now I'm in like a different environment right now, so it's just like, I don't know, I feel out of place because there's a lot of stuff that's happening, so I gotta ride with the changes. It's good, but nobody said it would be comfortable to change. Nobody said it would be comfortable to heal. Healing takes pain, and but the Most High been training me, so I'm kind of a nerd to pain. I'm kind of used to it, but at the same time, it's still uncomfortable, So it's just a lot of things going on in my life, to where it's good, but then it's the comfort that's being shaken slightly. But, I trust Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I trust the Lord. Much love to the Lord. Much love to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And I'm going to keep going no matter what. He my strength, and without my strength, I feel weak. I feel like I can't do anything. And, he gives me so many things every day. The Lord provides for you every day, and he gives you what you need to move forward. So, you got to show him some love. You got to show him some recognition. You can't just sit there and not show him that you love him, not show him that you care, or not try or do anything, you know what I'm saying, to help the Lord, to show the Lord that you love him, because the Lord provides for all the Israelites every day. And, it's Israelites that wake up and they don't thank Yahweh, they don't pray, they don't do no work, they don't do anything, but the Lord does everything for them, makes a way, plans their day, gives them things that help them move forward, give them jobs, money, family, whatever they desire. And it's blind because they can't see that, so, and it's kind of disrespectful, because if you had a God, wouldn't your God want something from you, It is true, the Lord Yahweh do want something from us, and we supposed to give it to him, our faith, our love, our respect, our fear. He wants all those components, and he wants you not only to give it to him, but to show him. You can't just be like, Lord, I surrender. Lord, I surrender my love, I surrender my hate, I surrender it all to you. And you're like, oh yeah, well then prove it to me. No, that's a different feat. Your actions speak louder than your words. So it's just like, saying is one thing, but doing it is another thing. So, that's pretty powerful for, brothers to step up, and they want to do it, and they want to show Yahweh that they love him, and they want to show God that they care, that they there, so anybody that listen to my videos, that part right there. Okay, so we can get to other things that are important, and this is all being documented, like they say, you got to seek your salvation for yourself. So, this is all being documented, this is all being recorded, and it's for my learning, it's for my understanding. You know, when prophets and people look onto the internet and they find you on YouTube and stuff, this is exactly what I want them to see. You may see all the videos and stuff and the weird stuff that I watch and stuff, but it's not nothing compared to what's actually recorded. It's not nothing compared to what I'm actually doing. So, you know, when people see what you're really about, you want them to see this. You know, you want to be like, oh, they scrolling, and they see you. You know, you got faith. You got faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, you got love. You know, to your enemies, you may look like some sort of weird terrorist when I can barely afford guns. I can barely afford to fix my car. You know, but my voice is, you know, enough, you know, to create waves. You know, no matter how minor it may seem, and no matter how major it is, you creating waves. You making, you know, waves, and you know, you showing Yahweh Shem Yahushua that you love them and your enemy's fear. So we're gonna get to the point. I'm gonna get to the point. Well, one of the topics today, and something interesting had came up while I was listening to one of my teachers, Yahweh the Mac, you know, and he drills into the truth. You know, he one of those prophets too, and the Lord hand is heavy on him, so he drilling into prophecy. You know, he looking up different news reports, and one news report in particular came up. You know, it came up. So and there was this news report about some Israeli elite. So, and they said something weird that, you know, anybody that's politically, anybody that is into the word, you know, anybody that's interested in the wars and the economics and stuff and everything that may be going on either in America or around the world, or for right now, we all focused on Israel, the Middle East, with the Israelites versus Palestinians, which is kind of stupid because they stay in Israel. Palestine is in Israel, you know, so it doesn't make any sense. It's just retarded. But we focused on that. But for some strange reason, they focus on us out here, way in Israel. Way in America. And the lady said that we're not afraid of. The most powerful threat is the black community. That's what she said. So I had to step back a little bit. It's pretty loud, but you know, I can still hear myself. It's these cars and stuff, and they constantly going back and forth. But that's exactly what she said, to worry about the black community and the black community leaders. But they got different things that they got that's trying to block our people from listening and from having that knowledge and understanding. And they're paying people to do so. So it was just kind of strange to see that, you know, to see somebody like as powerful as that on the enemy side speak up about us. And right now, based on World War III and all of that and all those so-called claims, what's really going on out there ain't got nothing to do with the black community. It got something to do with what's going on with the Palestinians and the Israelis. So it kind of shocked everybody that somebody like that would say something like that. So it was kind of weird and kind of surprising, you know, but it wasn't no surprise at all, because right now, you know, in secret, they got a lot of people that's coming in the border. And what a lot of people starting to believe, you know, that these people are UN troops that are sleeper cells that haven't been woken up yet. So it's starting to become a strange, you know, problem. You know, it's not a strange problem. It's pretty obvious to us, but to people that don't understand what's going on, people that don't believe in prophecy, people that just care about whatever they got going on, they not worried about their surroundings. So I'm gonna read some of this, you know, what God got to say about, you know, Israel, and it's pretty important. I can go to any scripture, you know, and it'll pull up anything, and it's all about the Israelites. So, but it looked weird, you know. Let me see. So that's what's going on right now. A lot of UN troops and a lot of different nations are being poured into America, and people are afraid because it's like you're giving all these people refuge, quote unquote, and these people are different races, like Africans and Chinese. You know, some of those people could be from Russia, because there was a lot of people coming in from Russia trying to get away from Ukraine a year or two ago. So, you know, that was another thing to look at too. But it was all just a like some sort of illusion. So we do know and we do believe that the real war is going to be out here in America, and them trying to get the black community under control, you know, because part of okay, it's three parts of us, you know. Okay, part of us, we know what's going on, part of us don't know what's going on, you know, and then part of us is just making a lot of trouble, making a lot of noise, making a lot of destruction. So they feel like, you know, the white man and the other nations feel like we gonna clean up house here and get this under control here, you know, during their so-called World War III, you know. So the invasion is already happening, but it's a matter of when. It's not a matter of you know what, or no, where. It's a matter of when this is going to happen. But still, you know, the Lord, he's still going to protect us. So it says in Isaiah chapter, what chapter is this? 9, chapter 12, it says, therefore it shall come to pass when the Lord has performed all his work on Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, that he will say, I will punish the fruit of the arrogant heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his haughty looks. So that right there, the remark that the Israelis said was a haughty look towards the black community, because why would you be so afraid of the black community when they can't even navigate or, you know, stop killing themselves and stop the gang violence? They can't even stop doing that. So why is the Israel looking at the black people, you know? And it makes perfect sense, because we are the actual Israelites. We are the descendants of the Jews. A lot of these people that came during the time of Jamestown or whatever, a lot of these people that came, a lot of them weren't just Africans. A lot of them were Israelite descendants from an old collapse that happened a long time ago. So, and then to make matters worse, Israel is a whore. So when what we used to do is mingle with other nations. We would have kids by them, have sex with them, join them into our royalty, all that shit, you know. So a lot of the Israelites that look like they Africans, they not. So most of them are Israelites, you know, because Israelites, they was having sex and mingling with everybody. They do it right now. A lot of the ones that are wicked, or not even that, a lot of the ones that are tired of being around, you know, they own people, they going to go find other people to mingle with, other people to be with, because our people are wild, our women are wild, our men are wild. So, you know, women is going to other men in other nations, and men is finding other women in other nations. They're not even wanting to date their own race no more. So there it is right there. But that, you know, that remark that the lady gave, it's like, okay, despite what's going on in Israel between Palestine, you know, why is they focused on the community down here? Why is they focused on our people? What's so interesting about us, despite all the nuclear threat and all the shit that's going on in the Middle East? That's because they know exactly who the black people are. They know who the Negroes are, and the Mexicans are, and the Indians. They know who we are. We are the lost children of Israel, and they know that in secret, you know. So it says, but this is what's going to happen. It says, for he says, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. Also I have removed the boundaries of the people, and have robbed their treasuries. So I have put down inhabitants like a valiant man. My hand has found like a nest the richest of the people. And as one gathers eggs that are left, I have gathered all the earth, and there was no one who moved his wing, nor opened his mouth with even a peep. So nobody can stop God. Nobody can stop Yahweh. Nobody can stop his commandments. Nobody can stop prophecy. So, and nobody can do nothing against him. They might be able to come at us, which is his people, but nobody can stop Yahweh. If this is his word, this is his word. Like it says, as it is written. So it was just like, okay, this is all written down and foretold that it would happen, that the Israelites would be revealed in their time. The enemy would be revealed in their time, you know, and certain events would happen, would lead up to Israel's redemption with their God, you know, because we all know that the Israelites' God is black. That's for sure. How in the world is white people saying that they are part of a congregation that happened in Africa, that happened a long time ago, before the white skin was even relevant? This was what was going on, you know. This is what was happening before they even came to be. This congregation and Israelites was there. We've been there. We're going to be here. And when the end come, we still going to be here. When the beginning come, we still going to be here. When 1,000 rain come, we're still going to be there. We're not going anywhere. So the Lord had promised that, but there's nobody that can stop him. So right now that the Lord is revealing us to be the true descendants of the Israelites, and our lineage go way back, way back. So we are the descendants of the Israelites, what makes us the Israelites and a part of their royalty and a part of their family. So the Israelis are afraid of that. They are afraid of that because if they cannot stop the forces that are around them, the dragons of Arabia, the Russians, Iran, Syria, these guys, all these people that are pissed off at the Israelis, the Israelis for the horrible things that they've done, because they've done some bad stuff. For them to call themselves the children of Israel, they've done some horrible shit. They've done some bad things, and people want them for that. So if they cannot successfully fight off their enemies and defend themselves, or if let's say if God doesn't intervene, because if they was the true children of Israel, the Lord would intervene and stop them from being attacked. That's not happening. So we waiting for that. We waited for that moment when World War III kicks off and Israel is destroyed, when the Israelites is overran and destroyed, because they will be, because we all know that America don't got the funds to fund this war, and they trying to start World War III. So, to destabilize the economy or whatever desires of the white man that he gonna do. But this is exactly what's happening. So Israel will be defeated, and when they are defeated and God don't intervene like he is now, he's not intervening. He's not stopping them. Israelites is getting killed. Israelis is getting killed on one side. Palestinians getting killed on another. Iranians getting killed. Israelites is getting killed and murdered. Back in the days when certain dire problems like that happen and Israel is at war, they will call on the Lord. The Lord will answer them and he will protect them. He will send angels down to destroy their enemies, give them the power to destroy their enemies. And, a few of them may die, but, a great vast majority of them will survive. Or sometimes the Lord will just protect them in general. Yeah, that can happen. So that's exactly what we wait on. But that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that when the enemy comes here, that is when the Lord is going to activate, because he knows who his people is. When they talk about Israel today, they're not talking about the place. They're talking about the people. So where are the people? They're still in slavery. We still here. We still in the land of our captivity. And people be like, oh, you're not the true Israelites, when it says in Deuteronomy that we will be in this captivity. So now by you saying that, you meaning that you don't believe in the Bible that you're reading. You don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the Bible did say that we will be in a land of our captivity. We'll be shipped over here by ships. We will be beaten. Somebody will take our possessions. Somebody will take our land. Destroy our kingdoms, destroy our royalty. And Israel, between the Mexicans and the Indians and the black people, they had a big kingdom, and it was a worldwide kingdom. Israel was the main capital. Judah, Israel is the main capital, the Jews. But the strange part is that they had a whole network. They had a big ass network, and Israel was known worldwide. They was all around. They had big ass kingdoms, but we all know the story. According to Israel, they went off, they messed up, so the Most High had overthrew them and had brought them down to a lower state and let their enemies overrun them. So you know the story. When you read the Bible, you understand that. And so it says, what else does it say? It says, shall the axe boast itself against him who chops with it, or shall the saw exalt itself against him who saws with it, as if a rod could wield itself against those who lift it up, or as if a staff could lift it up as if it were not wood. It says, therefore the Lord Yahweh of hosts will send lenience among his fat ones, and under his glory he will kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. So the light of Israel will be for a fire. So let's finish reading it. And his Holy One for a flame, and it will devour and his thorns and his briars in one day, and it will consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field, both soul and body, and they will be as when a sick man wastes away. Then the rest of the trees of his forest will be so few in number that a child may write them. It says, wait, let's see. Let's finish reading that. Like the burning of a fire, so like the light of Israel will be for a fire, and the Holy One for a flame. So this one is it's a duality, but I don't know which one to explain. So I'm gonna just keep going. But it does say that Israel will be destroyed by fire. Yeah, that is true. Because it says, shall the axe boast against itself, against him who chops with it, because he knows that the enemies is being, well, the enemy knows, they know ancient records, they know ancient studies, they know all the religions of the world, they run and they know everything, so they know that in the story they would be used to go against the Israelites to destroy them, but in turn the Most High will destroy them too. They know that, so that's why it says, shall the axe boast itself against him who chops with it, And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as escape of the house of Jacob. So bam, there it goes. There's the second side to the duality, is that the Israelites will be destroyed too, and they will be punished for the bad things that they do. Shoot, for example, I was at work last night, and it's kind of a peaceful night. It's going good so far. For the past times I've been there, I ain't never had no trouble. But some guy, some black guy, Wicked 2/3, as I would say, he moved in, and it's like a day before Halloween, I think. Today is the 30th, I do believe, the day before Halloween. So he had called himself having a Halloween party or some sort of weird lingerie stripper party, and he brought a lot of his friends. So a lot of tension was happening between them. So I get a call, and it was a complaint about all these people being in a parking lot because of this one guy. So I go there, and while I'm going there and I'm trying to find somebody who blocked these people cars off so they can move their car, or I was gonna have it up I was gonna hand it up to the landlord for it to be towed. His friends are getting into a fight with some strangers that they invited. But it was kind of weird, because the younger generation is stupid and they evil, man. And it was a girl that was over here popping off and shit because another girl was talking, and the girl was like, she was like, yeah, I got me and my brothers, and my brother had beat your ass too, and she over here talking shit about this, talking about that. They go up to the car, the girl hop out the car, they start fighting. But the strange part about it is that the boy, he took off on the girl that was fighting his sister, and he threatened to shoot her. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna get these people the hell out of here. But that's what really broke the camel's back, is that when I saw how much they didn't care about each other, it's like, damn, y'all niggas is evil, y'all. And then you got the old ones that's teaching the young ones this shit. It's just all fucked up, man. It's just all fucked up. Fucking during that time, it was one girl, she threatened the other girl because she was in her parking space. What kind of shit is that? You don't live here. You're parked in somebody's parking space that's been here for a long time. And you shouldn't have even parked there. The person that threw the party should have gave y'all guidelines. How the hell you just go threaten her over her parking space? It's some evil ass shit. That's why the Lord said, I'm gonna kill a lot of our people. They gotta go, man. It's necessary. So, we got the perfect stages for, the UN, for an invasion, for World War III, for the persecution of us, because it's time. We divided, but we about to be scattered up. So the Most High is going to organize His chosen, and then He going to get rid of the wicked among them, because they got to go, So it's a lot of us that's going to die during this process, So a lot of us, we do everything in our power, to be among that hopeful elect, to be among that chosen that don't get killed, because the Most High is vengeful and He's very wrathful. So, a lot of our brothers and sisters, in time, they're going to figure that out, just how wrathful the Lord can be, and why these wars and all this stuff going on. You got people, it's going to be like a movie, man. Why have you abandoned us, Lord? Why, God? Why, Jesus? Let us all pray together. Maybe Jesus will save us, and maybe God will have mercy upon us. Ignorance is going to blind them, but the heavier and the heavier the hand of the Lord get on our people and on the people that follow, because you got all these white people and all these people that follow the false doctrine, they're going to realize something wrong. Like, have I really been worshiping the right God? Do I really believe in the Bible? If the Bible is saying this and the Bible is saying that, then how come the rapture ain't happened? How come, where is the Satan that everybody was talking about? Where is he? So when they start realizing that, then they're going to realize, like, oh, shit, I've been worshiping the wrong thing. I've been doing the wrong thing. Have a good day. Thank you. I've been doing the wrong thing. They're going to really question what they've been worshiping, what they've been taught. And, you know, okay, it's like this. I'll give a perfect example. You know, like a child, you know, like a teenager that tried weed, you know, for the first time, you know, but that first couple of times he's smoking, he got his little season. But at some point, he matures and he understands that, okay, I can't do this forever, even though it's fun, you know, even though it feels good, I can't do this forever. I got to grow up and I got to be able to go take care of my stuff. So I got to quit this and move on. Okay, you understand that part? That part right there is very important, because it's like that for everybody and for everything that they do. Change is important. So like, okay, I'll give that example to make these two examples click. Oh, I believed in Jesus Christ at one point in time, and I believed in the Bible. I believed in a rapture, and I didn't care. I used to didn't care if God was white or not. If I died and God was white, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mind that. You know, I didn't care about that. If Jesus is white, guys, so what? We all love Jesus, you know? But, you know, in time, I studied, and I had to have more of an understanding. And then I studied the history, and then I studied the Bible, and I was listening to people, you know, that actually made sense. For the first time in my life, I ran into people that actually knew what the fuck they was talking about. So, you know, I doubted it for a little bit. Like, nah, it can't be, you know, like, you know, we can't be the Israelites, and how are we the Israelites, and how are the Mexicans the Israelites, and how are the Indians Israelites, and they all racist to each other. You know, I had different questions that were slowly but surely answered. So over time, I grew up and I left Christianity alone, because I'm like, you know what? Wait, something is wrong with this shit. Could Christianity be white supremacy, and then I'm blindly worshiping them? And, you know, me, I got a lot of weird history, you know, between me and the white people. A lot of them are racist. A lot of them are prejudiced. And then some of them are fucking awesome. But, you know, overall, they don't mean well for me, you know? It doesn't mean well for me to be around them or to be a part of them. So, you know, I had to understand that, and I grew up out of that, and I left that behind, and I moved on to the truth. I moved on to something better. That something better was the word, and knowing the true name of my God, my Savior, knowing that they all black, knowing that he's black, you know, and it was so much information that came out. You know, the Lord will put so much information on you, it will literally make you go crazy. You can lose your mind for having so much information installed in you at one time. You can just explode, you know? So that's what happened to me for a period of time. I kind of, you know, was going through a change, and the change was painful, uncomfortable, you know, and great and awesome at the same time. It was all these things, but, you know, I kind of went crazy for a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie. I went crazy. I was like more of a Bible freak and all of that, and putting it on Facebook, and then putting it on, you know, posting it and threatening, you know, putting these threats on there and this and that and conspiracy. I was everywhere. So it made people look at me like I was crazy, when I was actually going through an extreme change. And it was so extreme, I couldn't handle it. They call them bug outs, you know? You know, because back then, you know, I was preaching and I was smoking at the same time. That's not right. That's not something you do. When you go and you start, you know, coming to the highways and byways doing your videos and people see you, you don't want to be known for some damn hypocrite, you know, that's rolling up blunts and smoking weed and going to go buy blunt wraps and shit, you know, and they might not know it, but you know it, you know? So that right there. That right there. And this is another scripture that'll apply to, you know, the stuff that I went through. It says, "And that day shall come to pass, and it shall come to pass in that day, that the remnant of Israel and such have escaped out of the house of Jacob will never again depend on him who defeated them." So, you know, that right there is coming too. They're talking about a government shutdown that can trigger the loss of different programs and funds and different things that help black people thrive in their communities, such as food stamps, probably SSI, you know, money, you know, all kinds of different variety of things that black people depend on the government for. You know, veterans get their little funds and all of that, you know, for whatever they've done, you know, and different other funds. I'm not too familiar with all of them, but, you know, the main ones like food stamps and Social Security and money from the government, you know, those things might get cut off. They will get cut off, but not as fast as you might think, you know, because we about to be in November, and they already got a speaker at the House. So I'm all like, is they going to extend it again? the government shutdown again, is they going to extend it again? Or is they just going to say, fuck it, just let it happen because it's unavoidable? But, a lot of white people are afraid of the consequences of what could happen if they let this shit roll, So you got one side of the white people that want it to happen, and on the other side you got a bunch of white people that don't want these things to happen. They don't want the society to crumble. They don't want the riots and all the bloodshed and all the wars. They're trying to fight against that, And right now, that what's going on in Israel is that, America is moving in to defend Israel, and the Congress and them ain't approved of it. So, but they're still moving in. So if they take a shot and they get hit, they would use that as an excuse. Like, oh, we got hit. Oh, a couple of our soldiers had died, so we got to defend ourselves. That would bring about World War III without consent of the American people, the white people, without their consent. The other white people that are higher ups just did what they wanted and was like, fuck it, we just gonna go to war anyway, fuck it. So, then right now it's Egyptian versus Egyptian right now, so they fighting one fighting against another, and then at the same time, whether the other side that's fighting against the ones that want this shit to happen, they know it or not, they actually being pre-orchestrated to do so. Everything is being controlled by higher ups, that people that got this kind of power. So when it's all said and done, it's all a setup, it's all an illusion, it's all fear mongering, it's all wars and rumors of wars right now. So it's just to stay ready and stay prepared, because these things and these events are going to happen out of nowhere, So right now, pretty much what they did was they did threaten the black community. They keep threatening them. They keep trying to come at them. First it was COVID-19, now it's the government shutdown, then this is World War III, then it's the Israelites. We afraid of the black community, the black people, because they know exactly who we are. So it's just like, everything is being pinpointed to us slowly but surely, because they know that this is saying, he who has Israel owns the world, So Israel is not who they say they are. Then who is Israel? Because if these people are the children of Israel, they the ones that run the world, or should be running the world. Well, did, should, and will do again, So it says, and it shall come to pass that in that day that the remnant of Israel and such have escaped of the house of Jacob will never again depend on him who defeated them. Another duality. So it says, leave Babylon. Even though we can't afford to leave Babylon, we leave Babylon mentally, physically, spiritually. Don't be no partakers of her sins and stuff. Do the best you can to stay out of it. All the stuff like Halloweens, all this stuff like birthdays, all these little pagan ass holidays, stay away from it, because it's not your thing. Do the best that you can, man. Do the best that you can and stay out the world. We all make mistakes and stuff. Things do happen, but ultimately try to stay away from all of that shit. That's what I'm trying to do. I got niggas inviting me out and shit to their birthdays and all kind of shit. Because you got to understand. In this world, it's not easy. It's easy to make friends, man. And it's easy to make enemies. So it's just like, at the same time, I'm at a point to where I don't need friends. All I need is Yahweh. All I need is the Lord, So, but, me being connected to this world, and every now and then you got to see people, especially in these jobs and all this, you tend to make friends here and there. Like I said, things do happen, but ultimately try to stay away from that shit. Let them have whatever they want to have and let them be as they are, Like okay, per se, the guy that asked me out is ex-military and a pastor, but he's celebrating his wife's 60th birthday. You read the Bible. You know that God condemns birthdays, so why the fuck is you doing it? And you are a pastor of, I think, 2 churches. So now it's like, okay, if I do go, I got to conceal my identity of me believing that I'm an Israelite, and I know that the black people are the Israelites, because if I do tell him that will go against everything that he ever believed in, by encountering me, because I'm like, whether I'm going to be honest with it or what, because I know that they going to try to do some weird shit like graft me in to their church and shit, and graft me into what they believe, not knowing that I'm past that. I grew out of that already. And sometimes some people don't need to know. I'm going to be real. Some people don't need to know, man. They know exactly what it is, but, for me to imply it, I don't know about that, dog. Keep my identity a secret. I'm trying to avoid all of that shit, But, try to stay out of it to the best you can. I know people end up in situations and shit. That's why you know, and have different events and people asking them out or people to wanting them go out and stuff, you know. Just do the best you can to avoid it, man. Because I'm not perfect, but I know the law. I know the truth. So it's just like, man, what am I to do? That's why the Israelites, when you meet Israelites and you meet prophets and stuff, a lot of them be by themselves and they only commune with other people that believe in the truth. You know, and majority of the time, a man is by himself. A lot of men are by themselves in the truth. Why? Because it disconnects them from the world. No friends, no family, no girlfriend, you know, at times like this. Because, you know, you can get a girlfriend and she'll make you do everything else that everybody else is doing. And you're not even about that shit, you know. And then she'll see you as a boring man. She'll contend with you. She'll question you. And then in time she'll leave you. Why? Because you don't keep up with the Joneses that she wants to keep up. She wants you to keep up with. And that's another thing, too, about the Bible is that it tells you that women aren't important. They're not of an importance. They want you to go get a woman. They want you to go have kids. They want you to go get married. How the fuck is you going to do all of this in a fucking nation that oppresses you and your people? You're not going to successfully be able to do all of this, and you don't have the money. You don't have the mindset. You always got to work. You always got to struggle, you know? How the fuck is you going to be able to do all this in a place that's against you? So they want you to follow these stereotypes, because if you fuck up, then you gotta deal with all of these responsibilities that can mentally, physically, and spiritually destroy you. It can. That's like having kids that's like a woman having kids with a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And she in love with him and they have babies and stuff, come to find out, then that's not what he wanted, you know? And he ended up leaving her with the baby, so now she gotta deal with all the hardships. And she can't barely work without taking care of the newborn. She can barely go anywhere. She got to depend on people for this. She got to ask people for that. And in time, it's destroying her, you know? It's becoming more of a burden than a blessing, because we all know children are a blessing, but it can become a big-ass burden if you don't do what you got to do. And if you, like they say, be different. And that is more implied to black people. Don't follow the stereotypes of a regular black man. Oh, go fuck, go have fun, go have kids, go to college, go do this and that, go get expensive-ass corporate job, get married, you know? Don't do all of that shit. Go against the grain. Go against that. Nah, I'm going to just be on my own and I'm going to do my own thing and find my own way. Why? Because you are in a nation that oppresses you and your people. So you don't want to put more on you than what you can bear. And Yahweh knows that too, you know? That's why I ain't got no kids. I ain't got shit. I ain't even got no girlfriend. I can have a girlfriend if I want to, but I don't have that, you know? Why? Because I don't necessarily need it. I'm not chasing after it. I'm not looking for it. It's going to find me. A woman going to find me. Women going to find me, you know? And I got to take care of myself. And like I said, priorities and all that stop me. So if I wanted a girlfriend, I couldn't have that. Why? Because the world around me is oppressing me. Even your own people can oppress you. Yes, that shit can happen. So you know what? Like this said, it said, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such have escaped of the house of Jacob will never again depend on him who defeated them. So that's before and after, you know, and it's happening before. So like why I say before is because we leaving and we not depending on the people that's oppressing us. We're not depending on the white man and his racist intentions. We're not depending on them. And then afterwards, we don't have to, when the crash happened and then the wars happen, we don't have to work. We don't have to do none of that shit no more. All we do is depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he will give us everything that we need to survive. You know, like animals, they don't pay rent. They can't go out and go buy some food. No, they got to go out and hunt it. You know what I'm saying? They wait. They got to go out there and get it. They got to go take care of their babies. You got to go get up. They're given a home. They're given food. They wait for the Lord to feed them, you know? They wait for the Lord to feed them and to take care of them. And that's going to be the same way with us eventually. That's what's going to happen. So it says, but will depend on Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. It says the remnant will return. The remnant of Jacob, the chosen, will return. So when all of this shit start happening, before and now, so all this shit is happening, all these signs, all these prophecies. I'm growing up and I'm hearing about the truth. I'm hearing about the blacks being the original Jews and stuff. I'm transferring over. I'm changing my life, you know. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. And that can make me potentially a part of the remnant, you know. Because only a small number of people, only a small number of brothers and sisters believe in this truth. The rest of our brothers and sisters, they believe in other ideologies and they worship other things. They do. So they don't really believe in that shit. There's only so many of us that's doing it, because if it was, I would have multiple people with me right now. You know, I can barely afford a sign. I can barely afford an Israelite costume, but I'm still out here trying to do it and seek my own salvation for myself. That's what I'm trying to do. Despite all the shit that's happening in my life, despite everything, I know that the Lord should be my main focus. Yahweh should be my main focus. And that's exactly who I'm focused on. And in turn, he got my back. He watch over me. He take care of me, you know? And he been doing it. So this little shit that I'm doing is small payment to him. I just want him to have mercy and love and to protect me and to watch over me and to have my back. Because come to find out, he the only one that do. Sometimes, you know, when the Lord is dealing with you, when he isolates you, you get a lot of, you get a lot of isolation. You know, you don't go out much. You don't have friends. You know, you don't have nobody to talk to, nobody, no affection, no nothing. You know why? Especially when you know the truth like this. You're supposed to turn to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. In the name of Yahushai, you turn to the Lord and you transfer all that energy to him. You know? You give it all to him, because that's exactly how he wants it. You give it all to him. So, you know, when you find yourself by yourself like that, and sometimes when I find myself by myself like that, I think about the Lord. Like, oh man, like, you know, I know Yahweh got my back. I know the Lord gonna look out for me, you know, or that's why he got me by myself. That's why he want me to see this. This is why he make me so strong. You know, got me working out, got me, I stopped drugs, focus on my money, build my money up, prepare myself to make me strong enough to endure and to give me the freedom that I want. I want true freedom. And I'm not gonna know that until all of this shit happens, you know? But for now, it's some form of freedom. Being with Yahweh gives me a form of freedom. It liberates me from all the stuff that I thought that I needed. I don't need it, you know? That's deep right there. You don't, a lot of stuff that you think you need, you don't need. You know, that's one of the things that fascinated me about the Lord and about him teaching us how to be gods. Yahweh can fly, you know what I'm saying? And he lighter than a feather, you know? He lighter than a feather. And that's and gods can fly, you know, and that is a symbolic form of being lightweight, not having things hold you down, not having things stop you. That and at least have that. We know we can't fly right now, but at least have that mindset. Don't have problems and don't have things holding you down. Don't have shit holding you back. You know, keep that lightweight attitude. You know, like an overweight person. You know, that's he don't have that. He don't have that mindset to be lightweight. You know what I'm saying? He heavyweight. So much to the point to where he got the mindset to be lightweight, but hindsight, he's not, you know? And he got shit holding him back, you know? He got his gut holding him back. He's so overweight, he can't even pick himself up. Shit like that, you know? He has the mindset to be lightweight, but he's not. You know, don't think like that. And don't be like that, because whatever you thinking in your mind, you got to apply that to your life. Like I said, like me, you know, I want to be buff, you know? I want to be big. I want to be ripped. I want to work out. I want to do right, you know? I want to be healthy, you know? So, you know, in turn, I got to not only think that, I got to apply that shit to my life, you know? I got to apply these things to my life. I got to make my words action. Now, when you start doing that, then you realize the change. Then you realize the hardship. Then you realize what you're going through. And that's the same thing with the Bible. You got to make this book a part of your life. You got to go and take action. You can't just be like, oh, I believe in God and that's it. All he needs is my belief. All he needs is my faith. It don't work like that. The game don't work like that. You know, you got to go out there and go do something. As simple as that. You do. So it says, the remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob. This is what they don't teach in the churches. To the mighty one of Yahweh. For though your people, O Israel, be as the sand of the sea. It says, a remnant of them will return. The destruction decree shall overflow with righteousness. For Yahweh of hosts will make a determined end in the midst of the land. So that's exactly what's going to happen. The chosen will make it. And that's another thing that they preach up in the churches, that everybody will make it. You know, everybody's going to be with the Lord. Everybody's going to go live with the Lord. We're all chosen. You know, they don't really, they don't say that. They just be like, anybody can love the Lord. Everybody going to be with Jesus. If you offer your heart, your mind, your soul to him, then you'll be saved. And this is go for all races, when that's not true. This is exactly what it's saying in the Bible. If it were different, it would say that. It don't say that, man. Oh, it's a lot darker than that. This is why it's so much strife, and it's so much so many things contending against us, because we standing up for what we believe in. I know now that Yahweh is not for everybody. The Lord, the God of this Bible, ain't for everybody. It's actually a story about him being obsessed with a nation that he created that belongs to him. Or an example, in Yahweh's example, a woman, a woman that belongs to him. She thinks she for everybody, but she's destined to be with one person. And all he do is talk about Israel. That's all he do. He give them rules, guidelines, all that to be God's and to be with him. And over time they go off, Peep this. Did I mention look, peep this. Did I mention anything about any other nations? Did I mention anybody else? No, I mentioned the Israelites. That's it. That's the sole purpose of the Bible. That's the sole purpose of the Bible, for Yahweh to come in contact with the children of Israel, to be with them once more. That's all he care about. That's all he ever loved. And the children of Israel are black people. That's exactly who we are. We've been scattered around the world. That's like it says, "O Israel, be as the sand of the sea, but a remnant of them will return." So, we all around the world, but it's on so many of us that's all around the world that believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in his name, that believe in the word. Not all of us do. Not all of us have the same opinions. Some people got their different aspects and all of that, but the cold truth about it is that they all wrong about it. If you're not in the same aspect as the other ones that believe in that, then you really don't believe in shit, and it's gonna cause an extreme problem, because people gonna start questioning what they really believe in. Everybody got they thoughts and they mindset, but at the end of the day, are you right? By studying and by the accuracy, especially when it comes to the Bible, are you correct? Don't say nothing that's coming out of your mouth if it's not in the book. That's real, because you got people making up shit, and they don't even have no Bible in their hand. They're not even reading the shit, and they making shit up that doesn't exist. Where does it say that everybody is going to be saved? Where does the word rapture appear? Where does the fucking word rapture appear? Where is this one man called Satan? And I'm not talking about as in the form of, the devil himself. Where's the one man that's going to stop the world and stop and give all peace to the world? But damn well Satan is a bunch of evil-ass white people. Where is this one guy, I can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they don't beam up, when the economy collapses. Because when the economy collapses, which is Jacob's trouble, that's when this shit gonna go down. That's when all this shit gonna happen. You feel me? And is anybody gonna get beamed up then? So when World War III happened in the Middle East, eventually it will, because that's a part of their plans. I want to see if niggas is gonna get beamed up. That's how I feel. Because everybody be like, oh, we'll all be called up together. No, the Bible don't go down like that. It's actually worse than that. So people may not understand that, but the truth is a lot darker than what people may think. So that's going to be the cosmic joke right there. When all of the shit that come out was a lie. Then they're going to turn on each other. For their teachings and all that. They're going to turn on each other. Okay, here's another one. This is another one. It says, "Therefore thus says the Lord of hosts, O my people who dwell in Zion, do not be afraid of the Assyrian. He will strike you with a rod and lift up his staff against you in the manner of Egypt." So it's coded. We all know that Israel was enslaved to Assyria and Egypt. But now we in this new Egypt, and they still got the same ways, and they still do the same shit to us, Because over time, the Egyptians, they still had the Israelites in slavery, but they still kind of gave them a small amount of freedom. They didn't beat their asses much in the end or nothing like that, but they still was in slavery. They still had to work. They still had to do their job. Come to find out, when God came to get his people, the Israelites were the basis of the work society, and without them, the whole entire country would collapse, which did happen. Egypt did collapse. Now today, it's nothing but big-ass pyramid buildings that people trying to fucking study, and wonder, how are they built? They were built by slaves, you idiot. Slaves, man. Stupid. How the aliens built this shit? No, they didn't build that shit. All right, but they economy and their country not there no more. It's just a bunch of fucking rubble, and that's true. But it's the same thing today. So, for yet a very little while, and the indignation will cease, as will my anger and in their destruction. That's right. need some water bad. It says, and the Lord of hosts will stir up a scourge for him like the rock, the slaughter of Midian at the rock of Orab, as his rod was on the sea, so will he lift up in the manner of Egypt, meaning that God is going to destroy this place for us. And it's already going down, it's already rotten, it's already full of holes. It's only a matter of time before we get that catalyst that brings us into all this rioting and destruction and the fall, you know. And like in every story in history, a lot of kingdoms, they don't last long. They don't last long, because if they was, it'd be 2023, we'll still have Rome as the fucking empire of the world. Egypt would still be relevant, you know. Fucking Assyria, Babylon, they will still be there. Babylon 2023, no, they not. They're not there no more. They all go. Sodom and Gomorrah will still be here, you know. No, that's not true. So when you really look at it, they all had their time, and it was their time to go. And now it's not just America, it's multiple nations. It's just their time to go. It's almost over with. They can only last so long, you know. This one is happening too. It says, chapter 11, Isaiah, verse 1. It says, there shall come to pass, come forth a rod from the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. The spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, and the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. So it's a lot of us that's getting a lot of knowledge from God, you know. We starting to wake up and realize who we are. We starting to stand up in the truth. There may not be many of us, but that's enough for people to pay attention and to be afraid of that shit, especially the people that don't like us. You know, the white men and the other nations and shit, they watching the Israelites. Come on now, YouTube and all that shit is connected to government powers, man. They watch everything that we do, man. They watch everything that we do, and they afraid of that. They don't like that, you know, because it's a lot of exposure. It's a lot of secrets that's coming out. And it's like, damn, how the hell do they know all of this? That's another question. How the hell do they know all this? You know, and they're starting to question themselves, like, you know, damn, like, God is really with them, and it's making them afraid. You know, they don't want that. They don't want a potential power, you know, to be relevant, you know, because it's multiple powers. Like America is a power, Russia is a power, China is a power, Rome is a power, England is a power, you know, Israel is a power. Well, the fake Israelites. Iran is some form of power. They're not major powers, you know. Iran not major, but it's enough there, you know, for them to be some form of power, you know. And they all fighting over Israel. They all fighting over Jacob's throne, not realizing that Jacob will return to his throne and claim dominion over the world, you know. And they looking at the where the slave trade left off. The bulk of it is in America, you know. It's a lot of us in America. So they looking at that, you know, because they know that the main bulk of all the slaves that went, a vast majority of us went to America. So they really looking at that like, damn. And like the old times, the same thing that's happened in Egypt happened today. It says when one of the officers saw the Israelites, or the Pharaoh seen the Israelites, he was like, damn, Israel has grown stronger and mightier than we. And they was afraid of that, because the more and more they allowed them leniency, the more and more they multiplied, and the more and more of them became to where they outnumbered their enemies just off multiplication alone. So that's scary too. For another, out of all the nations that fell in the world, one of them is being reborn, and that's the children of Israel. They're being reborn, you know. So that is a really scary, you know, and that's what's frightening to America and to the rest of the nations, and it's a superpower. So they don't want the rise of we all contending to be the next superpower, and America's like, damn, we contending to try and stay in superpower, but we starting to notice a rise in the birth of an extreme superpower that's happening in our nation alone. So the white people, even though they fighting each other, like one of the prophets said, don't pay attention to that. No, pay attention to it, but it's far from the truth. It's actually a distraction to get at us. That's why a lot of these foreigners is coming in, and they from different multiple nations. A lot of the foreigners is coming in, and they wondering why, you know, because pretty soon they're gonna start doing guerrilla warfare on these ghettos. They're gonna start getting on these black people, but the black people gonna fight back. And that is where that's where the war is gonna really ignite at. It's gonna happen here for sure, you know. We need World War III to happen. Of course that's gonna happen, but while that's happening, they're gonna try to lock everything down, call in martial law, and that's where the setup is at. That's how Jacob's trouble is going to happen. and they're going to try to arrest the black people, kill them, slaughter them, beat their ass, and then they're going to try to come after your elect that's hiding among us, and that's when Yahweh is going to act. That's when the Lord is going to really show his presence, because you came after the people, the children of the Most High, and not the 2/3 among them, because the 2/3 they're going to die. It's the chosen that's hiding among them that the Lord is going to defend, you know? So it says, chapter 11, verse 3 of Isaiah, it says, his delight is in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge by the sight of his eyes. It says, nor decide by the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. So why would he say, and he shall not judge by the sight of his eyes? Because he's judging by the Spirit, you know? Like, there's a huge argument going on right now that some of the people, some of the white people that mingle with the black people, some of their lineage is leaning to the blacks, and they just got a different color, but they are black. So that's a huge another argument too, that Israel is a speckled bird. So the Lord say, you know, you can be all white with that, you know, and if your dad is black and your family lead to blacks, then you are black. And it's a lot of them that are becoming more and more like that. You know, they being revealed to be Israelites, but just a different color. Because Israel is a horde. We was having sex with everybody. We was being with everybody. So 9 times out of 10, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise that our kids look like them. So, you know, with that, I'm about to close out because my phone is about to die. And I'm glad I found me a nice little small spot to do my little thing at in this little change of scenery. But with that, call on Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. In the name of Yahushua, I love you guys. I love Israel. Shalom.